What it is, what it do. Back like I left something. Just a little smoke sesh and a little verses, little chat GBT hip hop beef between people that you will never think will beef, but dropping for every goddamn thing. Tiny desk, having ass nigga. All right, let's start this off with potential rap beef versus matchups. Drake versus J. Cole. Now, these little battles are judged by bars, petty level of each artist, humor, charisma, fan base, and at the end it's the verdict. You know who wins, or if it's a tie, or anything of that nature. Today I am smoking on a Scooby 1 gram pre roll from AMA. Amazing. I got this at um Cultivate Dispensary. They had a little deal going on. 10 pre rolls for $65. I got 10 1 gram pre rolls for $65. The customer service there is hit or miss. Sometimes it's cool for the most part, but it depends on who you get that day. Some people are cool, some people aren't. Even the blacks in there, some cool, some aren't. Some are conservative blacks, some aren't. You know, it is what it is. But that's one of my local dispensaries. It's on Durango. My other local dispensary is Jade. Jade dispensary is cool. I normally go through the drive-through. Um, I normally put my order in and go through the drive-through. But I never go in Jade. I never go in Jade. It's always empty, but I just go through the drive-through. It's more convenient for me. They just started taking cards, so debit cards, stuff like that. But I used to go to the Reef. The Reef always had decent customer service. They were pretty cool there. Most of Bud Tenders was pretty cool there. Jade in the daytime is kind of different. It's iffy on the customer service when you go to Jade over there on Sky Point because I feel like at night it's like an older white lady runs the drive through, or this younger white lady that runs the drive through. They're pretty dope. They're pretty cool. There's like a middle-aged black guy. I won't even say middle-aged, like 30s, and this young black guy who works like the swing shift sometimes. He's cool, but you get a little vibe when you interact with certain bud tenders that work the drive through there during the daytime. But for the most part, the night shift, the graveyard shift, bud tenders at J Dispensary on Sky Point are pretty cool. If you don't really have an idea what you want, if you haven't already made your order, they can point you in the right direction. Um, Another good dispensary in Las Vegas is Nevada Made. It's a small one. Again, I like those small dispensaries that get you in and out. That got a good point system, a good little app, the great app where you can just, full menu, showing the discounts every day, um, showing locals love. I love a good point system. You know, right now I think I got like maybe $20 off at over at Cultivate on the Rango. So Let your point stack, get your ounce, man. With money funny, hey, I got some points, honey. But Reef is called Cure Leaf now. I don't know. I forgot when that change happened, but Reef is now Cure Leaf. Reef point system used to be shitty. I don't know what Cure Leaf the rollover is like. Zen Leaf, they used to have a deal, dude. They used to have this little it's like appreciation. Like once they changed over to the new point system, they would send you like $35 off coupons and like 15 to 30. Like I think it's once a month they would send you two coupons, one for $15 off and one for $35 off. And man, did those coupons come in handy. Um you can stack those up with your points and use them. So you probably walk out of there with paying $0 for something, or either maybe just a few dollars. Um, all right, let's get to this. Let's get to this. All right, Drake versus J. Cole, potential rap beef and versus matchups. I got like 20 of them. I might not do all of them. We'll just again, this is ranking. This is judged off bars, petty level, like their pettiness online, and um, humor, charisma, fan base, and then I'm gonna get a final verdict. Okay, Drake versus J. Cole, bars. J. Cole leans towards introspective with a sharp pen. So I feel like he has that. The bars, I'm gonna give it to J. Cole. Petty level, Drake is king of subliminals. So I feel like Drake is king of the petty level on the bars and online. Humor and charisma. Drake edges here. His jokes hit harder online. Like I just said, fan base, both massive, but Drake's is more mainstream. The verdict: Drake by fan base sway, Cole by lyrical purity. Number two, Nicki Minaj versus Meg The Stallion. You're gonna win this one. And again, you guys, let me know in the comments what your verdict is on the two artists that I read one by one. I mean, of out of the two artists that I read, you let me know. Nicki Minaj, Meg The Stallion, bars. Nicki has catalog and flows. Meg brings raw battle energy. Petty level. Nicki Minaj is surgical when she's mad. Man. Okay. Humor and charisma. Meg wins here. More relatable and fun. Yeah. That's true. She's more relatable and fun. Nicki Minaj is mean and secretive. Fan base. Nicki's barbs are ruthless online. Verdict. Nicki wins on strategy and army. Meg could land knockout moments. Yeah, Nicki's gonna win that. Jay-Z versus Kanye West. Bars. Jay's precision and Kanye's chaos. Petty level. Kanye West is unpredictable and shameless. Boy, is he. Humor and charisma. Kanye West, shock value. Jay-Z's calm skill. Fan base is split, but Kanye has the meme culture on lock. So yeah, Kanye has that edge. The verdict is Jay is the steady general, but Ye could disrupt and go viral. Yeah, I feel like Kanye will win that one. Right now, if Jay-Z and Kanye had a rap battle, a rap beef, Kanye gonna win that one. I wouldn't have said that 10 years ago, but yeah, Kanye gonna win that one. Kanye gonna win that one right now. All right, next. Now This is lyrical titans here. This is legacy of versus the new kings. Kendrick Lamar versus Nas. Ooh, bars. Both monsters. Nas classic. Kendrick layered modern. Layered but modern. Petty level. Kendrick is sneaky. Nas is understood. Humor and charisma. Kendrick's wit sneaks in. Nas is more serious. Fan base, both respected, but Kendrick's Gen Z appeal matters. Okay, the verdict: Kendrick edges with creativity, Nas holds legacy weight. Legacy weight means a lot. That means you already put in the work. Like what more could I say? My work speaks for itself. This is a good one, y'all. This is going to be a real debate right here. I had to take a chronic break on that one. Um, Little Wayne versus Eminem. You got to make that some stank face on that one. Mm, Lil Wayne versus Eminem. Okay, bars. Two are the greatest technical spitters ever. Ever. Petty level. Wayne is goofy but clever. Eminem is ruthless and disrespectful. Man. Humor and charisma. M shocks and jokes versus Wayne's off the wall lines. Fan base. M stands are cult like. Wayne has hip hop's heart. The verdict. M might have an ugly win in this one, but Little Wayne could win with the culture. Like he has the culture, got a chokehold more so than Eminem. Okay, number six, we got another female battle. Cardi B and Doja Cat. Okay, bars. Doja Cat is sharper than people expected. Cardi B has energy in its sales. Okay, petty level. Cardi is undefeated. Doja is the troll queen. Never knew that. Humor and charisma. Doja dominates with weird and funny angles. Okay, so I feel like she's smart. She's a brainy. Um, Fan base. Both are strong. Doja's fan base loves online beefing. Verdict. Doja Cat sneaks in the win with internet chaos. Cardi wins crowd energy. Okay. Number seven. Future versus 50 Cent. Bars. Future, hypnotic, 50 Cent, all calculated. Okay. Petty level, 50 Cent is undisputed. Petty God. Humor and charisma. 50 clowning is legendary. Fan base. Future's Hive runs the clubs, street clubs. 50 means still viral. 50 wins by pettiness. Future wins by anthem. Snoop Dogg versus 2 Chain. This is a good one. The bars. Snoop Dogg, Smooth OG, 2 Chains, clever and funny. Petty level. Both are chill. 2 Chains is more playful. Humor and charisma. It's a tie. Both are hilarious. Fan base. Snoop Dogg's legacy is untouchable. The verdict: Snoop Dogg's aura edges it. 2 Chains will keep it entertaining. That's a good aspect on that one. I will skip number nine. That was Rihanna versus Beyonce. I'm bored with that, bro. Andre 3000 versus Childish Gambino. Bars. Both left field geniuses. Petty level. Gambino is subtle. Andre almost too chill. Humor and charisma. Both eclectic. Gambino, more Gen Z humor. Fan base, Andre is a legend. Gambino is a cultural clout, has cultural clout. The verdict is Andre by legendary respect. Gambino could sway younger crowd. That's true. He could sway the younger crowd. Um, because he's younger. Okay. Little Kim versus Foxy Brown. Bars. Both brought Raw Street energy in their prime, right? Petty level. Legendary subliminals already in history. Humor and charisma. Kim had flashy confidence. Foxy had gritty edge. Fan base. Old school heads split down the middle. The verdict. Classic split decision. Both queens of the era. Yeah, I like what they did right there. This is all generated by ChatGPT, by the way. Um, I just asked ChatGPT to create certain things that I just create the content for argument's sake within the comments, or I make several top tens with nominate with honorable mentions. Cause see, the honorable mentions could arguably be in the top 10, and one of the top tens could not be in the top 10. It should be an honorable mention. So I got to continue. Another good one here. Tupac versus DMX, or DMX versus Tupac. Bars. Both raw, passionate, pain filled verses. Petty level. Pac was surgical. DMX was unpredictable. Humor and charisma. Pac's charisma unmatched. X had sermon like intensity. Fan base. Pac's global impact versus X ride or die fans. Verdict. Pac edges by versatility, but X would make it a raw war. I feel like that will be a good one. That would be a good one. That will be a good one. Okay. Biggie Smalls versus Tupac. Bars. Biggie supreme storyteller. Ross luxurious bars. Petty level. Biggie slicker. Ross more playful. Humor and charisma. Ross' persona is big, but Big had natural charisma and charm. Fan base. Biggie's legend. Ross's catalog. Now, Biggie's legendary status versus Rick Ross's catalog. Hmm. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? What you I mean? Hey, that's a good question. Biggie's legacy versus Rick Ross's catalog. I feel like Rick Ross is going to have a good legacy. It's like Biggie was like that at the age he was. So just imagine, you know, so it's always what could be, and it's just like you just remember this person at that height. But it's like I would take Rick Ross's catalog. I'm just saying, okay, I love Biggie, but I would take the catalog of Rick Ross. Scarface versus Ice Cube. Let's do bars. Both socially sharp and street. Petty level. Cube vicious with dishes. Vicious with disses, not dishes. Face more stoic. Scarface was more stoic. Humor and charisma. Cube's anger versus Face's wisdom. Fan base. Scarface's holds the South respect. Ice Cube, West, and Hollywood aura. Verdict: Cube by aggression. Face with depth depends on the battlefield. Number 15, Pusha T versus the Game. Bars, Pusha T, surgical with drug rap. Game, versatile with flows. Petty level, Game's name dropping versus Pusha T's surgical cuts. Humor and charisma, Game's more dramatic, Pusha T's more cool, calm, and assassinated. It's an assassinating. Fan base, Games Games louder, Pusha T's quieter but respected. The verdict: Pusha T wins long term chess. Game might win public theater. Number 16, ASAP Rocky versus Travis Scott. Both are vibe driven, bar driven. More vibe driven than bar driven. Both of them. I would say ASAP Rocky is more bar driven than Travis Scott. Petty level. Rocky is subtle but slick. Travis is more brand driven. Humor and charisma. Rocky is stylish with jokes. Travis is more mysterious. Fan base. Travis has a huge arena pool. Rocky has a cult classic aura. Verdict: Travis wins by fan base numbers. Rocky by cultural influence. That's a good one. Cultural influence for Rocky. Number 17, Lauren Hill versus Rhapsody. Ooh. Bars, both lyrical. Lauren more soulful, Rhapsody more technical. Petty level. Lauren can't get dismissive. Rhapsody plays humble.